Hello, newbies. This is Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
And who do you represent, Jenny?
I represent Chinese part.
Chinese part.
What
Well,
about you?
so do I. What a coincidence. We have another lesson for you. In spoken Mandarin today, we're having a lot of fun around here today for some inexplicable reason. And
I know.
Yeah, we are. And I hope we have a lot of fun with this lesson.
We're so cheery today.
Yes.
And this lesson, how's the weather?
How's the weather?
That's small talk 101.
It is. Now, this might not sound like the most funniest, most dramatic thing in the world, but hey, it's basic high-frequency Chinese language.
对。
We're going to show you how to do it and hopefully have some fun along the way.
好, let's
All right.
listen to the dialogue.
Great.
Dialogue, first time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
Second time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
Third time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
All right, let's translate it.
今天天气怎么样?
What's the weather like today?
今天天气怎么样?
What does the weather look like today?
今天天气怎么样? 很好啊,
Oh, it's really good.
很好啊,
That's excellent.
很好啊. 想出去玩吗?
Do you want to go out and do something outside?
想出去玩吗?
Do you want to go outside for a while?
想出去玩吗? 好,
Okay.
好,
Okay.
好. The 好 doesn't sound very 好.
Yeah, now that is the last word there. How, third tone, means
对,
good.
good.
Literally translated, it means good.
You use it to express agreement.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a reluctant agreement.
Well, we can look at it slightly later, but I think this is open to interpretation somewhat. However, that man's voice when he says how, it's not exactly overflowing with enthusiasm.
So, yes, dear.
Yes. Why don't we'll have a look at it in a second, but just while we're on it, why don't you give us the difference between a really enthusiastic how and a really sort of so-so how?
好, 好.
There you go. Perfect. Look at that drama. You get the whole thing here on Chinese Pod. Great. Now we'll revisit that again because I think the mood is important. Now,
对.
to help you to remember lessons, I think it's always good to put them into the context of a little story. Who do you think is talking to whom here, Jenny?
I think it's a husband and a wife.
Yes.
And the man is watching TV,
Yeah.
kind of wants to just laze around.
Yeah. Fancy that.
Yeah. But the wife wants to go out and do
Yes.
something fun.
Yeah, she wants to go out. So she's trying to give him the
Fishing
hint
him, yeah.
or give him a nudge to go out and do something.
对.
Well, been there, done that. Anyway, so let's take it from the top because this is very, very rich language and lexically, it's technically speaking, we say it has great lexical density. Which we always look for here. We need that lexical density, those chunks of language that work together and that will help you to remember and to express yourself.
好, let's unwrap the density.
Yes.
今天天气怎么样? 今天天气怎么样?
Now, from the first point I want to make is the tones here. Now,
对。
so listen one more time to this sentence from a tonal perspective.
今天天气怎么样?
Great. That's Chinese tones at
对,
work for
how
you.
beautiful, but slightly challenging for a newbie.
It is.
It's a long sentence.
It is, but don't forget that the reception skills come before the production skills. You'll be able to identify this stuff before you can produce it. That's normal. Now, so let's take it from the beginning. Sometimes we start at the back of a sentence, sometimes we start at the beginning. Let's take it at the beginning. What's the first word here?
今天今天
Jin Tian.
对
Now, two first tones.
Yes, you're right.
今天.
今天 means today.
Today.
对，
Great. Simple. Two first tones.
今天
Today. 今天.
今天
Yes. Now, the second word is...
天气天气
Now, the tones there are...
first and fourth.
Now, that is actually the same. 天.
天
So we have...
今天
And you have...
天气
There you go. Now, you might notice, obviously, the second 天 is the same tone.
对
But the 天气, that
Qi.
qi sound, what tone is that?
fourth tone.
Fourth.
Yes.
And that means...
Well, it means chi, right?
Okay, but 天气...
天气 means weather.
Ah, great. So if you put the two words together, you have...
今天天气
And it means the weather today.
Yes.
And now here's a question is, how is it? What does it look like? That kind of thing.
怎么样怎么样
怎么样?
对 superb chunk
Yes. 怎么样?
怎么
How do
样
you translate 怎么样?
How is it
How is it?
对吧
Could be used in many, many, many contexts.
It could even be used by itself
Yes.
怎么样
怎么样?
How is it
You see it in context.
How do you-
Somebody's eating.
对
Yeah,
怎么
you go,
样
Is it good? Is it okay?
How is the food
Yeah,
对吧
yeah. Anything, I don't know.
Anything you want to find out more
Yeah.
you can say 怎么样
Yeah, if you go to get your hair cut and they're washing you, you always ask them, is the water... they
Oh,
say,
对，怎么样？
Is it hot or
是。
cold? It's just anyway that you can be used. Anyway, so one more time, the full sentence.
今天天气怎么样
So literally translated that way. Today, weather, how is it?
We all love to talk about weather.
Yeah, we do.
Certainly breaks the ice. No?
Is that a pun? Okay. Well, how is it then? He says it's great. He says it's great, yeah?
很好啊，
很好.
很好啊。
Now, he says it with not quite the same enthusiasm as you've just said. He's like, 很好.
很好啊
It's
quite
undeni-
neutral his tone of
He's
voice.
undeniably nice. He might know what's coming, right?
对
Because he's like ensconced on the sofa right there, and he's like, don't ask me to do anything.
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
But he goes, 很好. Now, 好 is good, and 很好 meaning
Very
good.
Really good.
Now, there's a particle at the end here. I don't really know. Does it change the meaning in it? Of agreement?
Yeah, it adds a degree of agreement
Yeah.
and also some enthusiasm.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes the sentence more friendly.
Yes.
很
yes.
好啊，
很好啊.
很好啊。
If you just say 很好, that's okay too, but
对。
很好啊, I think that bit
Sounds
to
more
me,
conversational.
yeah,
more
I'm
eager.
willing to engage with you
Yes.
in further conversation, that type of thing. If I just said 很好, that would mean
Don't bother me
that's the end
anymore.
of that conversation. And he doesn't dare say that to his
对
wife.
很好啊。
很好啊 means, yeah, sure, it's pretty nice out there. Now, she comes with the question.
想出去玩吗？想出去玩吗
Now, 想, third tone, meaning
Want to.
to want to.
To want to,
Are you
yes.
thinking about? Do you want to? Would you consider? Kind
Yes.
of thing. Now, she doesn't use a pronoun here. She just says 想. It means to think.
Yeah.
And she is referring to her husband, of course. She's-
And quite often we drop the pronoun because
right.
it's clear from the context
Yeah.
who you're talking
yeah.
to.
And it gives it sounds very authentic Chinese when you know how to use it.
对
Instead of 你想出去嘛, you could just say,
想出去玩吗
yeah, there's a nice familiarity with it there.
对
The key to Chinese, I think, is having the idiomatic sort of looseness about it.
Oh yes, looseness.
Yeah,
在
it's-
太极
Yeah.
fluid.
Exactly. You gotta,
Flowing.
yeah, and stuff like this can really help you sound
对
natural. Now, to go outside.
出去
Now, literally speaking, this means
go out.
out. Literally.
对
So, 出 as in
First tone?
means to exit.
Exit,
To
yes.
exit.
出
And 去 meaning
to go.
to go. Exit, go, literally.
出去
Now, what it means here, in English, if you say, do you want to go outside, it could have all sorts of strange, would you like to step outside? It's kind of odd. But in Chinese, it's perfectly normal to ask them, do
想
you
出
want to
去吗？对 Yeah, actually 出去 can just mean go out.
Exactly.
Go
Yeah.
out and have fun.
It could mean,
对吧？
yeah, it's kind of positive, but in English, for some reason, step outside, husband, probably. Anyway, now, and to have some fun, the verb here is
玩
one.
玩
Now, the tone there is
second tone.
second tone.
对
One.
玩
One.
Well, it literally means to play.
To play.
But it doesn't mean in the sense of kids playing. It just means to have fun, to have some
it
leisure
can
time.
mean, because in Chinese, one, it applies to kids
对
or to
Adults.
adults having fun doing something recreational.
We are a very playful race.
Really? Well, that's news. Good. One is, anyway, so it's the same verb that kids do and what adults do when.
对
So it's kind of funny sometimes when Chinese people say to you, oh, do you want to play? You know, it's like, hang on, in English, that's kind of odd.
And now you know why.
Now you know why, because in Chinese, the same verb works
对
for kids and for grown-ups. Now, of course, it's a question. So how did she turn this sentence into a question?
By adding 妈
Yeah.
at the end of the sentence.
Okay, so let's hear the whole sentence, could we?
想出去玩吗？想出去玩吗？
Now, literally translated is think, exit, go, play, question mark.
对
Chinese is so cool when you it is so different. This is what really has always attracted me about Chinese. It's such a different way from English to express stuff. Now let's listen to that same sentence again from a tonal perspective, could we please, Jenny?
想出去玩吗？想出去玩吗？
Now that's so we've had the semantic and we've had the tonal, so very high frequency type of stuff.
对
Yeah. Now the reluctant husband, what does he do? He says,
好
how?
好
He's trying to indicate, I think, haven't been there, haven't done that. He's trying to say, look, just let me watch TV, will you?
哎呦 he's such a party pooper.
Well, I mean,
Who would say no to 想出去玩吗？
I would.
I
You have
want
be
to
frank
出
with
去
you.
我想出去玩 all the time. I'm
So-
very playful.
Yeah, but it's important that you can't say that to your wife. You'd be willing. You sometimes want to say, "Well, why don't you just go ahead?" But that sounds rude. So he goes, "How? He's doing the right thing. He's gonna go out, and he'll appreciate it later when he goes out and gets some fresh air."
Maybe the 7-year itch.
Could be. All right, so there you have it. That's the little event. That's the high frequency language. Let's listen to it 3 more times. We'll come back in a moment.
好 Dialogue first time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
Second time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
Third time.
今天天气怎么样？
很好啊，
想出去玩吗？
好，
Okay, very high frequency language.
Yes.
Very useful in other contexts.
And also emotionally charged.
I think it is.
The undercurrent.
Yeah, I think so. And we do emphasize, we're quite happy to tell you these little scenarios and stories in English. It doesn't matter. This is kind of episodic memory where you remember things as they progress and they happen. Little things happen. The guy sitting on the chair, she says, you want to go out? And he kind of agrees. Now, you can remember that story. And the trick is then through experiencing the language to hook the language onto that type of event. And That's why we do all this kind of stuff here. We hope that was useful. There's plenty more where that came from. If you're not visiting ChinesePod.com, I strongly suggest you do.
对，去 ChinesePod.com。
Exactly, just go there. You can bump into a whole lot of really interesting people there who are like you studying, and there are Chinese Pod team are there, and we're gonna help you out and do all
And
sorts of
tons and
things.
tons of resources.
Endless resources.
Previous lessons.
Yes.
And pinyin guide.
Yes.
Vocab review, all to help you
It's all
learn.
there. Anyway, do go there when you have time.
Yes.
Hope that lesson was fun.
Ken, 今天天气很好，
很好。
我们出去玩吧。
好，我们出去玩。
So we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
再见。
bye, 再见。
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number,
1017
so just go to www.chinesepod.com/1017 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/1017.